Thank you, everyone. Well, I was tipped off a little bit that there was going to be a video, although I didn't know it. They said it would make me emotional, and it has. Thank you for everyone for that. I really, really do appreciate that. I'm not sure I deserve all of this. I'm going to be relatively brief, but what I'm going to talk about tonight is basically saying thank you to everyone. Thank you for our speakers tonight, the Speaker of the Assembly, Governor Florio, who was my governor, Joe Doria, Melanie, all the members of the legislature, Michelle for her leadership at NJBIA, for members of our board, we have 4 board members here, and 2 of the guys I've served with for a really long time, Cliff Lindholm and Bob Spodinger, great guys. They were all great. And as was mentioned in the video and other ones, I mean, I have worked for a number of great organizations in my career. And I've been associated with a lot of wonderful organizations. The Monmouth Ocean Development Council, the Jersey Shore Partnership, we're the sand on the beach people. I've been on the board for many years. Involved with lots of different business groups and with political organizations. But I got to tell you, there's 3 organizations that really stand out in my mind that I'm so thankful for. NJBIA. Last 17 years, dirty little secret, ladies and gentlemen, I was fired from the legislature, and BIA hired me. I was without a job. Joe Doria and I were involved in a political fight 17, 18 years ago, and they said, Robinson, you're out of here. So I actually went to work for an organization that most of the Democrats didn't like, and I did it on purpose. And I wanted... with all due respect to my Democratic friends. We did start, and Joe Doria pointed out the whole, there are such things as pro-business Democrats. And we did that. And what we did, we showed that BIA was a bipartisan or nonpartisan organization representing the business community. And I think we've done a pretty good job the last 17 years. And actually, BIA has done a great job for over 100 years. And all the people that I work with NJBIA, I want to say thank you. You've made my time there absolutely wonderful. To the event staff that put together this event tonight, absolutely wonderful crew. To our communications staff that put together this video and put together a lot of the materials you've seen around tonight. Bob, you and your staff are absolutely wonderful. I mentioned Kate earlier and the great job she does in our partnership program, and all the other departments. And Vince Schweikert's here, who runs our magazine and our marketing. And it is the best business magazine, not only in New Jersey, but in the world, New Jersey Business Magazine. He and his staff do an absolutely tremendous job. And I really want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for that picture. It's one of those things like it's on the internet. Once it goes up, it never comes down. I don't know whether that's Andy Warhol did that or Salvador Dali, but thank you very much, guys. I appreciate that. You could have airbrushed it a little better, but thank you to everyone at NJBIA. It's been wonderful. And you still have me to kick around for a while yet. The other organization is the New Jersey General Assembly. I first went to work for the Assembly for an Assemblywoman from Bergen County who unfortunately couldn't be here tonight with us, named Greta Kiernan, who hired me in February of 1978. And absolutely fantastic to me as a young man. She used to take me to meetings with Governor Byrne on occasion. And Governor Byrne's chief of staff, Harold Hodis, is here. Where's Harold? Raise your hand, Harold. Harold Hodis. Harold Hodis was one of my mentors when I first went to Trenton. And he probably doesn't remember this, but at one point in time, I think it was the 1978 budget, at that point in time, New Jersey had just been wrestling with the income tax. And Greta Kiernan, she was elected from Bergen County in the Brendan Byrne landslide in 1977. And she didn't really want to vote for the budget. She wanted to vote against it. She wanted all the taxes. And so she said to me, I was like 22 years old. She said, what should I do, Frank? I said, well, just tell them you're not going to vote for it, Assemblywoman. She said, come with me. What? We've been summoned to the governor's office. And I'm like, what? And so anyway, Brendan Byrne couldn't have been nicer to her and nicer to me, but Harold Hodes, and pardon my French, almost kicked the shit out of me. What do you mean? Because she said, Frank said I don't have to vote for the budget. I quit shortly there. No, but anyway, I fired. But anyway, just wonderful, wonderful people that I met over the years. And I think Joe and both Melanie mentioned that I had the great opportunity to work with some great young people who ended up calling me Uncle Frank, even though I wasn't that much older than some of them. And a lot of them are here tonight. And just for my edification, and I'm not going to mention any names, but if you ever worked with me one way, shape, or form in the legislature, do me a favor and stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Who are you? Yeah. And members of the legislature, Neil Cohen's here, Joe Wax, Kathy Lupianka, John Wisniewski, Nicholas, Assemblyman Charavalati was on our staff over 20 years ago. Tom Vince is here too, Mary Beaumont, other people. I mean, just absolutely wonderful people. Thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. One of the second great organization I had the opportunity to work with in my life. And the third one is, people wouldn't normally think of this as an organization, but I think most of my life I have. And that's the Robinson family. It really is. There's 4 tables of them here tonight. And I know that most of you would not be surprised to find out that Mom and Dad Robinson met in Jersey City, City Hall in the late 1940s. And both their families were a little political, especially my mother's side. And they moved down to Monmouth County when we were kids. But I call it a great organization because they had 11 kids. And my brothers and sisters have really been the foundation, along with my mother and father, my entire life. And they're all here tonight. And in spirit, my brother Ned, who passed away many years ago, and my sister Ann, and also my brother-in-law Gil, who I've always considered a brother, couldn't be here with us in person, but they're here in spirit. And my 30-some-odd nieces and nephews, all my in-laws, who I used to call the outlaws, but they really are great. My sister married a great bunch of sisters, married a great bunch of guys. My brothers married a great bunch of women. And the Robinson family is something that's always been incredibly, incredibly important to me. And I've been honored when I've occasionally been referred to as the patriarch, oldest son. My sister Mary, I think, likes to say that I'm the oldest sometimes, but Mary's really older than I am. And she has been a great big sister over the years. But so to all of you, and I know I'm forgetting people, but I just wanted to say thank you to each and every one of you here, whether it's the ELCs, staff at BIA, staff from the legislature, people that I work with on campaigns, my dear friends Joe and Melanie and Governor Florio, thank you very, very much. Thank you to Michelle again and everybody at NJBIA. And this is going to be, you wouldn't be happy unless Frank left you with some kind of request for money or some kind of hustle. And I'm shamelessly going to talk about, just very, very briefly, so many of you in the room over the course of the last 25 years have been incredibly supportive of the Robinson family. After my brother Ned was killed tragically at age 37, we started a memorial fund in his name at Red Bank Catholic High School, where all 11 Robinson kids, and some of the in-laws too, went to all through grammar school and high school. We went through 12 years, 11 of us through 12 years. My parents paid 132 years of tuition. God bless them. And so in Ned's memory, we started a scholarship fund where we're north of $500,000 we've raised over the years with your help and many others to put kids through school that couldn't afford it. And thank you. And this is the last year we're going to do a big to-do because we're getting tired. But we're going to do some things in the future. But if anybody's interested, it's August 1st this year. And we'd appreciate it and love it if you come out and play some golf, and I can tell you some more stories. And Melanie was telling about stories. My mother, Mary Therese Dillon Robinson, was one of the smartest, brightest, happiest, funniest people I ever met in my whole life. And I can remember her time, we'd say, oh, Mom, that wasn't true. That story, this story. And she used to say, there's nothing wrong with embellishing a story. And God bless you, Mom, I've used that my entire career. Thank you all very, very much.